This is amazing. BlackRock is really losing its mind. Furthermore, the Shiba Inu development team recently revealed something shocking. It's enormous too. There are trillions of Shiba Inu in motion. Never before has the scenario been as bullish. There is more than one signal. A number of factors are coming together, and it seems that we have the solution at last. However, what exactly am I discussing? What is the connection between Shiba Inu and BlackRock? Let me clarify. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more Shib news, be sure to click the like button. What seems to be a pessimistic shakeout is really igniting a strong bullish rebound, as the cryptocurrency market recently witnessed liquidations totaling around $1 billion. In the midst of all of this, Shiba Inu is creating a lot of noise. The meme currency is gathering momentum. It is up 3% today, after a remarkable 12.5% increase yesterday. It's preparing for a potentially significant breakthrough. However, it isn't even the most bizarre aspect of today. Ethereum just pushed beyond $2,400, while Bitcoin has now burst through the $104,000 mark. These are not only large figures. For the last 6 months, they have served as the emotional pillars of the cryptocurrency community. The market seems to be frozen if Ethereum fell below $2,000 or Bitcoin fell below $100,000. Uncertain, hesitant, almost as if it were holding its breath. However, everything comes alive when prices beyond those lines. Excitement increases, the atmosphere changes, and the whole room comes back to life. And here we are today. We've entered the much-anticipated bullish zone. The confidence has returned, and the energy has changed. It's never seemed this nice before, to be honest. During all of this activity, even the Shiba Inu development team was unable to remain silent. One of the main proponents of Shiba Inu, Lucy, hopped on Twitter and wrote a fantastic article. She said, "He stepped out on the balcony, lit the holy green candle, and whispered, 'Let there be pump,' and there was when the chart was lost in the Red Sea." It's humorous and poetic, but it's a signal more than anything else. Serious dread is added when the crew itself begins to capitalize on the excitement. Fuel for the flames. It demonstrates that they are keeping an eye on the charts and that they share our emotions. This bounce isn't like the others. This could really be the thing. Hold on, however, because Lucy had more to say than that. She then made a post that nobody anticipated. Something that might be the most significant catalyst we've seen in a very long time. And Shiba Inu's price isn't just rising, it's likely to soar if everything goes as it seems to. What was that incredible post, then? Today, the marketing head for Shiba Inu posted a daring, almost unreal idea on her former account. She said in her tweet that the price of Shiba Inu might increase by 1,000% in 3 days. Yes, you read correctly, 1,000%. If that occurs, we're not only discussing a pump, rather, we're discussing a complete explosion that has the potential to raise Shiba Inu to an unprecedented level. And just take a moment to consider how crazy it is before we get into the specifics. For more over 3 years, they have been waiting for Shiba to even approach its former height. And now we're talking about breaking that record in the midst of an already crazy market upheaval. It's going to be ridiculous in 3 days. Right now, everything around Shiba is screaming bullish, but such a daring target. This is not simply hype. It's on a whole other level. Something significant seems to be building here. Let's speak about statistics now, because by May 13th, if this 1,000% prediction comes true, Shiba Inu is expected to reach an all-time record high of 3 to 0's 14. With the circulating supply remaining constant, it would give Shiba a huge market capitalization of almost 87 billion USD. It's a complete rocket launch, not just a moonshot, and Lucy isn't going to back down from her demand. She even quipped that she's all in, as she's already shared the prognosis with her employer and cat. She claims she won't be emotionally available for anything other than celebration if things goes as she sees it. Here's something intriguing, however. Lucy has already made audacious predictions that are 1,000% accurate. Last year, she made a similar statement, citing Shiba Inu's robust and expanding ecology as the reason it may take off in a matter of days. She made it clear at the time that it was just her personal opinion and not financial advice. However, it feels different this time. She's supporting it with much more vigor this time, and presumably a warning to her supervisor. Furthermore, the real data is beginning to reveal a compelling tale beneath all the excitement and forecasts. CoinLess reports that short liquidations for Shiba Inu have increased to $1.79 million in the last day. This indicates that merchants who were placing bets against Shiba Inu are rapidly disappearing. Additionally, a significant event is taking place in the backdrop as that negative pressure is removed. With a 25% increase, open interest is now at around $209 million. It's an obvious indication. Shiba Inu are attracting the attention of more and more dealers. The financing rate on open interest has increased to 0.01%, indicating that more traders are now placing long bets, which has added to the momentum. To put it simply, bullish sentiment is rapidly growing. This is where it becomes even more bizarre, however. 6.7 trillion Shiba Inu coins have been sent throughout the network in the last 24 hours alone. That is an enormous sum, and it establishes a new 7-day high for a high number of transactions. This loudness isn't at the retail level. This movement is significant on a whale level. This sort of on-chain activity explosion is often an indication that a significant change is taking place below the surface. And it is now beginning to emerge. Furthermore, Shiba Inu has had a 2,952% increase in inflows. That's soaring, not simply bullish. This kind of activity indicates that real money, real focus, and genuine belief are now being poured into the coin. Another significant indication that the tide has really shifted comes just as the cryptocurrency market was already booming. The Bitcoin ETF from Blackrock has now seen positive inflows for 18 days in a row. This may seem like just another statistic, but it's really rather significant. The ETF flows were everywhere not long ago. There would be inflows one day and outflows the next. It caused chaos. Price fluctuations were abrupt, harsh, and sometimes illogical, and traders were always questioning the market's direction. It was like attempting to navigate a hurricane without a compass at that time. However, 18 consecutive days of consistent inflows is now a good indication. It indicates that a profound change has occurred. The mood has returned, confidence is growing, and large money is now actively entering the market rather than just dipping its toes in. Let's take a minute to look back and see how important this may be. BlackRock saw a 71-day run of continuous daily inflows when the Bitcoin ETFs were initially introduced on January 11, 2024. In the world of ETFs, the run was almost unprecedented, particularly for a debut fund. Money continued to come in day after day until it eventually stopped on April 24th, when BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF had no fresh inflows for the initial time since it launched. It's raising eyebrows because we're back in an identical trend after 18 days. Because the previous time we've seen such consistent demand, Bitcoin soared, institutions flooded in, and the whole cryptocurrency market erupted. The subsequent bull run was greatly influenced by that ETF streak. It produced velocity, credibility, and structure. The key issue today is whether the same wave is beginning to occur again. The graphs are heating up, the mood is changing, the timing is right, and BlackRock is quietly building another strong run, so it's reasonable to believe that the market as a whole may be on the verge of another spectacular leg up. This is where everyone was really taken by surprise. Shiba Inu aren't the only ones who are pumping. The whole Shiba environment is illuminating. The price of coins like Bone, Treat, and Leash has increased by 10 to 20%. It's affecting everything related to Shiba Inu like a well-coordinated tsunami of momentum. Naturally, the development team realized they couldn't keep silent. They posted a few things on X that, to be honest, seem more like declarations of purpose than lighthearted tweets. It was evident from one message. Their foundation is something they take pride in. They are adapting to the environment. They mentioned it's not only about Shiba Inu. Bone, Treat, and Leash are also important. Their fire is that's who they are. They then went all out with something that really got folks talking in a follow-up mail. In essence, they said that we are growing slowly until the moment is right, the strong initiatives will flourish, and the weak ones would vanish. Then they spoke the one sentence that many cryptocurrency investors are all too familiar with. In a day, everything may change. What are they implying then? They seem to be getting ready for more than simply price movement. A big announcement, perhaps. A new generation of Shibarium dApps, a utility launch or unexpected listing? Or is it something more profound? As if the ecosystem is ready to enter a real activation phase, when the leash finds its channel again, the reward finds a purpose, and bone becomes the fuel. Whatever it is, they are obviously asking the people to keep their eyes open, because it often indicates that something more significant is simmering under the surface when momentum like this begins to develop, not just in value, but across many assets in the same family. However, what do you think of this? Leave a comment below. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it and subscribe to the channel.